Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a really special day. My brother-in-law, that's my wife's brother, is actually turning 40 in a couple of days, and he actually got married to the woman of his life, and she wants to buy him a watch, and she reached out to me and asked for my help, and I said sure, I'm gonna help you out. And she wanted to buy him a Swedish watch, and one of the top Swedish watch brands here in Sweden is Sjöö Sandström. So I called up my friends at Rydbergs Ur in my hometown of Helsingborg. They had it in stock, so we're heading down there, visiting my parents, picking up the watch, and I thought I'd show you a video of the shop, what brands they carry, how beautiful it is in there. I mean, one of the best shops in Sweden, with possibly one of the nicest people and staff working there in all the world, possibly. So let's head down to Helsingborg together to my hometown. Let's take a trip, pick up the watch. I'll show you the watch, I'll unbox it, I'll talk about the specs, talk about what I like and what I might dislike. So let's just do it. And also, while I was in the shop, I had a couple of minutes over to just take a look at the new Seiko Field Watch GMT, and it's a stunning watch. I was a little disappointed about how the bracelet felt on the wrist, but that's a thing you have to get used to and have to feel before you judge. So I only had a couple of minutes with it. Here it is on my wrist. Take a look at it. Felt good, looked good. Bracelet might need some improvements, but yeah, I hope to be able to show this watch on my channel someday. Who knows? Who knows? Okay guys, I'm really excited to show you this watch today. The Sjöö Sandström is a brand that I wanted to feature on the channel for a long time, but now I have the opportunity, thanks to my brother-in-law and his wonderful wife, who wanted to give this watch to him as a gift on his 40th birthday. So we're gonna open it up. I'm gonna tell you right up front here, I have seen the watch since I was the one picking it up, so it's not new for me. My reaction to it will not be like I've never seen it before, because I have seen it before, and we're inside, but we're still getting that beautiful sun coming in from the side here. Box, nothing special, cardboard box. It is what it is. Today I'm wearing a watch that I actually haven't officially unboxed on the channel yet. It's the new Casio release, and this watch is giving G-Shocks a run for their money, but we're going to talk about that in another video. Let's open up the Sjöö Sandström. You open it up this way, and actually when I got the watch I also got the Rydbergs catalog. They have their own catalog because they're kind of a big thing in Sweden, the shop. A lot of watch stuff in both Swedish and English, but we're not here to take a look at that. We're here to take a look at the Sjöö Sandström Royal Steel. And here you can register your watch to get an extra year of warranty. I think that they have a 1-year warranty on the watch as it is, and this will give you 2 years, I guess. I think I might put a little disclaimer in there in case I'm wrong and I find it out after I film this video. In the bottom of the box we have the little tag in there, RSC 41mm black steel, Sjöö Sandström, and then we have a warranty card, international warranty card. It is stamped on the date that we bought the watch, Royal Steel, serial number, and Rydbergs Ur. And then we have nothing more in there, and then we have the watch box itself. Sturdy watch box and some kind of plastic with this little cloth underneath. Let's open it up. Wasted enough time. And there we have the beautiful, beautiful Sjöö Sandström Royal Steel Classic 41mm. Let's take it off the pillow. Nothing more in that box, as you can see. Yeah, okay, so this is kind of a hidden clasp system in here, and I really don't know how to operate this, and they did not show it to me in the store. Okay, give me just a second and I'll be right back when I figure out how to open up this clasp. Yeah, okay, I'm back and I figured it out. The clasp, it's a hidden clasp, and that's really cool, but it's a little finicky. I don't really know why they chose to do it like this, but I guess it's to hide it because it's seamless. You cannot see where the clasp is supposed to. Yeah, there is a tell, and it's this little half clasp piece, half link piece right there. So it's you just pull it up like this from one side and from the other side. I guess I don't know how it works when you wear it on your wrist, but that's the way to do it, and that is the hidden clasp. But we're jumping ahead of ourselves right now. We're gonna take a look at this classic, nice looking dial, and the watch is called Royal Steel Classic, and it is a classic looking dial. We have black, we have the 12, 6 and 9 in Arabic numerics. We have the date window at 3 o'clock, and look at that date window. It's a circle and it's color matched and it's stunning and beautiful. It would have been cool if the actual date was as big as the other numerals, that would have made it even more seamless. Because imagine when it's the third, you have a number 3 there in the same font as the actual number 9, 6, and 12. That would have been so cool, but that might be impossible, because then you have to have a date wheel that is really big to fit those big numerals. But this is beautifully done. Let's try and pull that crown out. Yeah, the winding. It's not a screw-in crown. I'm winding it now, and the winding feels butter smooth. See if we can pull it out with ease. Yeah, we can. First setting. Maybe I'm winding it now. No. There we have it. Time setting. I guess that the first setting there should be the date, but I wound it on in the wrong direction. No, it's not the date at all. Yeah, it is the date. The first setting is the date. You wind it downwards. That's to the left, and that sets the date in that date window. Beautiful date window. I'm really blown away by that date window. Such a stunning date window. Yeah, okay. And then you pull it out one more time, and then you set the actual time. And on that dial, we don't have any more text than we actually need. We have the brand name, Sjöö Sandström. Let me just take that minute hand out of the way. Sjöö Sandström. We have the logo SS and that time. What is it called? The time. It's hourglass. It's hourglass. Yeah, I think it's an hourglass. And then we have Royal Steel, the name of the watch, right there, and that it is an automatic. We have nothing about the water resistance, and in my opinion, we don't need it. I don't think we need it on divers, and I really don't think we need it on a watch that is not a diver. You might say that, yeah, it's needed on a diver, but it isn't. It's enough that you know the water resistance of your watch, and it's enough if the water resistance is stated on the back. It doesn't have to be on the dial. And some brands actually, they're really persistent with putting the water resistance on a dial. Sometimes they have to put it both in meters and in feet. I don't know why they have to do that. Most people do not even dive with their watches, but it is what it is. Sjöö Sandström made a great choice here not to put that on the dial. We have classic looking hour hand, minute hand. We have batons for all the other hours except for the 6, 9, and 12 and the date wheel. And then we have the crown on a kind of an awkward position there. It's right after number 2, right after 2 o'clock. It's not even on the 2 o'clock position. It's right after. Would have preferred it to be where the crown is used to be put at 3 o'clock, but it is a design choice. It makes the watch look a little different, and that's really cool. We have no bezel on this watch, but we have a nice little detail here. You see those 3 steps before the actual case begins. So we have the sapphire glass, then we have step number 1, step number 2, all polished stainless steel, and then at step number 3 we have that beautiful case that is actually brushed with some polished chamfers on the lugs. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the clasp. S, and the hourglass right there. I'm going to zoom in a little. Nice clasp, stamped clasp. Beautiful watch all over. Let's zoom back out again. I'm going to take a look at the bracelet. You see, I just picked up the watch from the box, and I've just fumbled it around for a little while, and it's already picking up a lot of fingerprints. And that is what you get with a clasp that has polished parts. This watch has polished parts in the center, and yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna brush it off a little. Polished in the middle, brushed on the sides, and we have totally brushed sides here as well. We have that logo and the SS marking on the top of that bracelet as well. I think it's a cool little touch that separates this watch from other brands. I think we have it on the other. No, we actually only have it on the 6 o'clock side, the SS branding, and it would have been a little too much to have it on that side as well. And this way, when you change the clasp, sometimes if you forget which side is to go where, you know where it goes now. Beautiful clasp, even though I prefer it to be totally brushed, if you've been watching my channel for some time. And then that hidden little, beautiful bracelet. I said beautiful clasp, I'm sorry about that. We have that beautiful hidden clasp function. It's cool. I mean, I think when wearing it, it is pretty cool that you do not see a clasp there. Maybe it would have been a little cool if you had some branding or marking there, but then it wouldn't be as hidden as it is. But anyway, it would be nice to, I really want to know when my brother-in-law has been wearing this watch for a while, if it is finicky to open it up without a proper clasp, or if it's easy. And then we have the case back with that custom rotor and with some branding there. Sjöö Sandström, Sweden, 10 ATM. There we have the water resistance, and each watch is actually branded with a number. This is number 1877, Royal Steel, and then I guess that this is the reference number, SS 1841-1. No, that's the actual movement number, and we're going to talk about the movement later. Open case back, as you can see, SS branded rotor. You can see the movement ticking around in there. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 and beautiful. Let's try to put this baby on the wrist. Just 1 second. And I think it looks beautiful. I mean, I've always said, I always say everything about watches. I like watches with a lot of color because then they match my tattoos. But I almost like watches that are classical like this, with not a lot of color, with just plain simple look, because that it breaks up my busy arm and it looks really different. And this watch looks really different on my wrist as well. I really like the looks. I really like the feel of it. It's really slim on the wrist, as you can see there. Beautiful watch. And then that hidden clasp is nowhere to be found because it's hidden. Yeah, and actually my wrist is 20 centimeters, and I don't know, I mean, we have no adjustment within the clasp because there is no clasp. If this was a regular watch, I would just have to adjust the bracelet within that little adjustment window within the clasp. But if I want to adjust this bracelet, we have screwed links, that's perfect, and we have half links. So I think that, and that's a good thing, because if we only had whole links, I think this would be a problem for me, because I think that if I removed one of those links, it maybe would have been too small, because it's almost perfect on my wrist as it is. But we have one little half link there with the screw inside of it, so I guess that maybe removing that one would make this watch the perfect fit for me. But still might be a problem for some if you don't have any adjustment within a clasp, because there is no clasp. So I hope if you're buying this watch, make them adjust it to you at the AD. Try it out, make the adjustment, and make sure that it is a perfect fit before you buy it, because it might be, I mean, if you buy it online, if you take it home and you try to adjust it, it might be that it won't fit you perfectly and that there is no wiggle room more than that half link there. So yeah, my advice would be to buy this at an AD. And what AD would you buy it from? Yeah, of course, from Rydbergs Ur. Okay, so some specifications. I'm taking these facts from the Sjöö Sandström website. I'm going to give you the facts that they actually provide on the website, except for one little exception there. The case size is 41 millimeters. We have a thickness of 9.2 millimeters. Did you hear that? 9.2. That is really, really slim. We have a lug width of 20 millimeters, and we have a lug to lug of 50 millimeters. That is quite substantial, but you saw the watch on my wrist. I have quite of a large wrist, but this is the same lug to lug as a Tudor Black Bay GMT, so it's quite a substantial lug to lug. So try it on at your AD, make sure it feels good on your wrist. We have a scratch resistant sapphire glass, sapphire crystal that is. We have 100 meters of water resistance and stainless steel all over, and then we have an open case back at the back, and then the engraved logo type on that bracelet right there. And we have Super Luminova for the lume, and it's loomed on the hour markers and on the hands. So those are the specifications of the actual watch, the dimensions and the specifications and everything. And now about the movement. On the website, on the Sjöö Sandström website, they're pretty secretive with what kind of movement they have in here. And I did some Googling, I didn't waste a lot of time on it, but a little time, because on the website it says that the movement is called the Caliber SS G15. And that may be, I mean, you might think that this is an in-house movement, but then you understand that, yeah, at the price point, it might not be an in-house movement, and it isn't. It's some kind of a modified Swiss-made movement. On some website it said it was a SOP rod movement. Some website said it was some kind of ETA movement. So I didn't really get the facts straight, but it's not an in-house movement. So don't fool yourself and think that it is if you're buying one of these watches. It's a modified Swiss movement, modified by Sjöö Sandström, and you see the custom rotor and things. Yeah, beautiful, but it's not in-house, and I really don't understand why they have to be so secretive about it. Just be honest with what kind of movement you use, so people know what they're buying, so people know how much it would cost to service it and stuff. You don't have to play these games, because I guess most people in the watch collecting community know that it's not an in-house movement at this price point, but at this price point watchmakers usually use movements off the shelf and do some modifications on them. Nothing wrong with that, but just the secret, doing the secret stuff and trying to be sly about it and not just state it, that's, yeah, to me it's a little insecure and not a good look. But still, it has 50 hours of power reserve. It says nothing more on the website, so that's the only information I can give you about the movement in the Sjöö Sandström. That's it, guys. That's the video in all its simplicity. It was a long one, but it was still a quite simple one. I really like the royal steel from Sjöö Sandström. It's a beautiful classic watch with a beautiful date window with a classic dial. I like the bracelet. I both like and dislike the hidden clasp. I'm curious to know how that will work out in the end, how hard it is to take off compared to a regular clasp. I'm gonna talk to my brother-in-law about that. And overall, I like it. I like the way that the SS and the Hourglass branding is integrated in the bracelet. Love the look of the dial, as I said. Love the look of that those 3 step downs on that bezel thingy. Love the design. Don't like the price as much. I don't like the secrecy about the movement. I really think that they should be more transparent with those kinds of things so that people know what they're buying. Furthermore, I really love the customer service that they offer you at Rydbergs Ur. So if you want to shop your watches, and a watch like this where the bracelet might not fit your wrist, where it might not be enough with the bracelet, those kinds of watches you should shop at an AD so that you can get that hands-on feeling and get it sized up for you. So this is a perfect example of a watch that you actually should visit their AD, at least try it out there, and maybe have them size it for you, because I usually prefer buying watches online because you can cut down the price a bunch. But if you get yourself a nice AD and if you get a nice relationship with them, you can actually do something about the price on most watches. And yeah, Rydbergs Ur is the way to go if you want great customer service, beautiful store, and just overall a wonderful shopping experience. So that's all for this video, guys. Did you like the watch? What did you think about it? Please comment below. And did you like the video? If you liked it, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Tell me what you didn't like and I'll try to do better until the next one. And until I see you again, my friends, please subscribe and bye bye.